I went to basic training back in 2013 over at Fort Leonard Wood, also known as Fort Lost in the Woods. So the U.S. Army put out a video about a year ago about basic training. It's actually called A Typical Day in Army Basic Training. So let's blind react to it and see if it stems any memories. Here we go.
What is happening, guys? Staff Sergeant Masiba here, also known as Archizzle on social media, and welcome to another episode of U.S. Army.
Okay, off the bat. This is Staff Sergeant Mizabe, also known as Archizzle. And what we're seeing right now is the U.S. Army trying to be all up to date and all hip with people they're trying to get to join the U.S. Army. It says he's a U.S. Army medic, recruiter, and a social media influencer, which that does not belong in the same category of U.S. Army medic, recruiter, and then social media influencer. It's kind of odd, but let's continue.
Basic Combat Training mini-series. Your future starts here. For today's video,
and he knife hand. Of course he did. Why not? He's an Army influencer, knife hand. And he's a recruiter, though. He's not really a drill sergeant, but okay.
we're gonna show you the day-to-day life of what happens in basic combat training for the Army. What is a barracks? What is a barracks room? What does the barracks look like? Where do you sleep? Where do you prepare your
All
gear?
important.
Where do trainees eat in Army basic training? What is a dining facility? And if you think about it, this is probably one of those times that you will be
I mean, with all due respect, if you don't know what a barracks is, what a dining facility is, you're gonna have a hard time in basic training.
away from home, from your family, from your friends, from relatives, so pretty much everyone, and also away from your cell phone and the internet. I understand it's given life in basic training
Yes, because nowadays it's impossible to be away from your phone for more than one day. That is the hardest part of basic training, by the way.
can be hard because you're away from everyone. But guess what? There's a special person that we call in the Army battle buddy that will be there for you. You might ask, what is a battle buddy? One of the best things I've experienced in the US Army is having more than just a friend, a coworker, or a classmate. I met people I can call family, or in the US Army, we usually call each other battle.
This is true. Your best friends in the Army are battle buddies. However, in basic training, nobody has technically passed basic training yet. So really, you call them your battle buddy, but you're just hoping that your battle buddy passes with you. Otherwise, a lot of these guys who never made it through basic training end up being kind of dirtbags, to say the least. So yes, they are your battle buddies, but you need to be very careful who you pick and choose to be your friends in basic training because you're technically not in the Army yet.
Short for battle buddy. It doesn't matter where you're from, what color, race, gender, or whatever it is, because we take care of each other. That's all that matters.
Very true.
As long as you're wearing the same uniform, as long as you're an Army soldier, you are my brother, you are my sister, I will take care of you a whole 100%. What we're showing you right now is the dining facility in Army basic training. This is also
Okay, what you're seeing right now is the dining facility. My only critique about that is that they're all very calm about it. You can tell they're shooting a commercial. When I was in basic training, we had a couple camera crews show up. However, the drill sergeants had to be a little more calm to look good for the TV. This is not really how it is. It's a little more hectic, especially when you first get into basic training. And I've never seen soldiers serve other soldiers in basic training. It's actually usually like a cafeteria staff, and they like want you to yell your order. I remember they'd be like, "Do you want salmon? Yell, you want salmon," and you'd get more salmon. So what you're seeing right now, take it with a grain of salt. It's a little more calm, it looks like. It's usually not that calm in basic
dining
training.
facility looks like in a regular base in the Army. Dining facility can be compared to a cafeteria in your school, in your college, or your place of work.
And you see they're all standing in a line and moving like robots. That's really how it is in basic training with the dining facility, also known as the DFAC. And you do this every single day you're in basic training. You'll never walk up in there as a group and like casually move around. You do walk in a line. This part is true. Very accurate, actually.
Dining facilities are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in each.
Sorry again, and notice they actually have their M4s in front of them. This is common practice in basic training, also outside of basic training, because when you're deployed to combat zones, you always have your weapon on you.
Even on the weekends. Here they offer a variation of dishes, meals, different types of fruits, snacks, and pretty much everything that you can think of. And because you're in training, the dining facility will make sure that they serve high quality food to fuel you.
Okay, he just said they serve high quality food. This is true. However, very odd the cameraman decided to show a guy with a bologna sandwich and barbecue chips in it. Yeah, so they do serve pretty decent food. It gets very bland after a while. Also, it depends, like every DFAC is different, or sorry, dining facility is different throughout the military. But in basic training, in my experience at Fort Leonard Wood, the food got a little bland. So that's probably why he's adding barbecue chips to his sandwich, because the food got boring and he wants to spice it up a bit.
When you go to training, the only thing that you gotta watch out when you're at the dining facility while in basic training is to avoid the ice cream, avoid sweets, avoid the cakes, because if your drill sergeant catches you eating these things, you're definitely gonna pay for it. While in basic training, you may not have that much time to yourselves, because in basic training you are gonna be sleeping in a bay. You will see a lot of bunk beds, and obviously you're gonna be sleeping and living in these.
What you're seeing them do right now is actually when you first get into basic training and you get all of your equipment, they're trying to piece all of their equipment together, and you can see they're all helping each other out. Typically, only a couple people will get told how to actually set your equipment up, and then they have to pass on the knowledge. It's kind of like a little mind game the drill sergeants do. Also, it ensures that everybody's doing something and nobody's just messing around.
In these quarters for the next 10 weeks with your battle buddies that are going through training. Everyone wakes up at the same time, everyone showers at the same time, everyone eats at the same time, and everyone sleeps all at the same time. The reasoning behind this is because you are in training. You are a soldier in training, coming from the civilian life into the army. You may or may not have any strict discipline outside in the civilian life, but in the army, you have to learn what military bearing means. You have to learn what army professionalism and how to carry yourself as a soldier. This is the part where you will become a United States Army soldier. So you have to understand the level of discipline in the training, why we conduct this. Another thing that you should learn in Army Basic Combat Training is to value physical fitness. Once again, you are about to become an American soldier. And with that said, you have to be physically fit. You have to be mentally fit. Being a soldier,
physical fitness is weird in basic training because you do your physical fitness in the morning at the allotted time. However, when you have off time, you can pick or choose whether or not you want to do some extra push-ups, you want to do some crunches, maybe some pull-ups. So I think that's kind of what he means by you need to be attentive of your physical fitness, because if you only do the fitness portion in the morning and not at night where you choose to do your push-ups, you're going to be in big trouble.
You will go through a lot of stress, but with a sound mind and a sound body and all proper training, you will be good, you will accomplish the mission. In Army Basic Training, physical training is conducted every morning. What you're looking at right now is a PT test, an Army Physical Fitness Test. It consists of 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups, and a 2-mile run. It also varies from day to day. Sometimes you will go through obstacle courses, sometimes you will be conducting combatives, and in the near future, you should expect changes because the Army Physical Fitness Test has...
Army Basic Training is also weird with physical fitness. You really are only getting strong and working out for the physical test. Other than that, you should also be trying to work out to actually be in shape, but for the time being in basic training, all that matters is that you pass your physical fitness tests.
Slowly been changing, so be on the lookout for that. Now, we're about to share you the story of Pfc Andrew Wynn, a U.S. Army Basic Training recruit from California.
Okay.
I'm Private First Class Andrew Wynn. I'm Vietnamese and I'm from California, lived my whole life there. I wanted to join the Army mainly for financial reasons like school and help out my family, but also I've had a really deep interest in military and military history. It all started with like video games and all that stuff, and I kind of was the type of person who would like to take time to research what video games and movies got right and what they got wrong about the military. I do appreciate the DFAC food and the sweat from lifting up duffel bags and all that. It's a shared experience. We all went through it, so it's like a source of camaraderie and brotherhood. I know everyone in this bay, and I definitely plan on meeting them later on after all this is done. We actually are planning on taking turns visiting each other's home states.
See, he said we plan on visiting each other, going from each other's states. That doesn't happen, I'm sorry. And if it does, good on you, but you're really busy when you're in the Army. All right, that's an interesting take on U.S. Army basic training. They took a different approach. Usually when we know about any basic training throughout all the branches, it's usually the drill sergeants being like, get on the ground, do your push-ups. But this time they took the social media influencer approach. and they brought it into the 21st century. You know, joining the Army to get stronger, get smarter. I made all these friends, and we're going to travel. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, basic training, it's not that it's hard. You're just away from your family for a while, and you really are there to learn how to be, you know, a fighter. That's your job. U.S. Army basic combat training. You're training for combat, training for your job. The U.S. Army's no joke, guys. It's the real deal. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to do more reaction videos. And again, I apologize for thinking that was the beginning of basic training. I guess it was the end, but they still acted like it was the beginning. So whatever. See you guys later.